Hello, everyone. It's Evangelist Jacqueline Ewing, and I'm coming to you today to make an introductory, pilot pitch for my social media ongoing discussion regarding my book, Keep Your Cookie Fresh. You can't sit your pocketbook just anywhere. It's a book that I published some years ago. And I just recently, by popular demand, got some additional copies in from some ladies that just really wanted to have a personal copy. And so to those ladies, and you know who you are, I got your book and I'll be getting it to you soon. But more specifically again today, I guess today would be the birthday of my ongoing social media series to discuss the book and what the book is all about, ladies. It's really regarding or surrounding the topic of sex among Christian women particularly. The book can be helpful to men as well, but it is specifically designed to begin a dialogue with Christian women regarding that age-old taboo discussion regarding that three-letter word, sex. You can say it, ladies. I promise you, you won't surely die if you just simply say the word sex. As much as we don't like to talk about it, and particularly in our Christian communities, it's a real topic, and it's something real that that's happening for a lot of people, and believe it or not, for Christian people. And so I do believe that there's a place for it of discussion within the church. And I know people want you to have just a basic topic discussion that, and we should. I agree that you should save yourself from marriage. I have a child out of wedlock. I'm a single parent. And so there's a whole lot of reasons why I can expertly give you a lot of advice on why it is that you should wait, both spiritually and naturally so. But that's a topic for a later discussion. What we want to begin to talk about today is the fact that there's a lot of Christian people out here that are having sex. And where there is no dialogue from it or regarding it through the church, a lot of people, particularly younger people, will tend to get misinformation regarding what it is, what that looks like to a Christian believer, why it's important that you should wait. And again, that topic can be held for in a forum that would include both natural and spiritual reasons. But the conversation has to begin somewhere. And so for me, that is a part of the reason why I wrote the book. It is a anecdotal collection of discussions or topics specifically regarding women in the church. And the fact that a lot of times church is just not a place where you can discuss openly and honestly sexual topics. Not even among your lady church friends. You're certainly not going to sit up and have a discussion in your women's group for the most part regarding sex, what that looks like, the struggles that you may be having personally with it, and buffeting your body against your desires simply because you got saved, because you accepted Christ as your personal Savior. It does not mean that you stopped being a woman and that desire went away. And so my only goal and intention in writing the book is to create a space where there can be some open and honest and real dialogue about the topic, because the reality of it is that there are a lot of Christian women, men, children who are out there and they're having sex. And I believe that the church has a responsibility to its people to have an open, honest, and real topic of discussion regarding the issue. Now, it may take you to a place that makes you feel totally uncomfortable. It might mean that in spite of the fact that we admonish young people to wait, and I totally agree, again, that we should be waiting. It's a sacred engagement, involvement between a man and a woman. It's special. It's a gift. And we should wait. But the fact of the matter is there's a lot of people who, for whatever reason, aren't waiting, can't wait, didn't wait, don't want to wait. And so we need to be having that topic of conversation no matter how uncomfortable it makes us. And you know what? I'm willing to do that. And again, that's why I've come up with keep your cookie fresh. You can't sit your pocketbook just anywhere. Ladies, you know you have a pocketbook and you know where your cookie is. And I love Steve Harvey, but Steve Harvey is not the inventor of the catchphrase cookies. We've always had cookies. And as a woman, we specifically bring our own cookies to the table. Again, love Steve Harvey, but he ain't got no cookies. So he can give me some perspective from a male point of view regarding it and how it is that men interpret the cookie. But the real deal is that as ladies, from one woman to another, we've had some experiences that we can share woman to woman and maybe help somebody else along the way. So I want to start that dialogue. I intend to start it right here on Facebook. You can join my group, Keep Your Cookie Fresh. You can't just sit your pocketbook anywhere as an actual group. And or you can follow me on the Keep Your Cookie Fresh page, as well as follow along on my personal Facebook page, Evangelist Jacqueline Ewing. Now, the book is going to just go through a series, as I said, of anecdotal kind of situations, topics. Nothing's off the table regarding the fact that some people have experienced situations that have caused them to be sexually active. A lot of women, for example, have experienced, unfortunately, rape, have experienced molestation. And again, these are not topics that people necessarily feel comfortable talking about. And a lot of people wish that you just wouldn't talk about it. But again, that's why we have Keep Your Cookie Fresh. You can't sit your pocketbook just anywhere. This book is designed to put us in a situation where we understand, know, and believe that it's okay to have these discussions for no other reason except to help somebody that may really be able to benefit from our shared experiences as women. Now, the fact of the matter is, as a child, we loved that whole childhood series where we learned our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s, and one of my beloved characters was always the Cookie Monster. And we know that the Cookie Monster loves cookies. Well, as it turns out, ladies, there are actual cookie monsters in the world. C is still for cookie and is still good enough for him. Now, the Cookie Monster does not have any discretion. He just likes cookies. He doesn't care if it's a vanilla wafer. He doesn't care if it's a chocolate chip. He don't care if it's a sugar cookie with sprinklers. He don't care if it's just a wafer cookie where he just take it apart and lick all the cream out. Ooh, did that make you uncomfortable? I know it made you feel some kind of way. But again, hey, it's real and it's the truth. And these are some of the things that we want to be able to talk about, hey, in spirit and in truth. And now what I don't want is somebody inboxing me, trying to contact me, telling me something about what my pastor said. I don't want the pastor trying to contact me and talk to me about what I should or should not be talking to other Christian believers about. You know, you get in where you fit in. And if you're going to find the conversation to make you so terribly uncomfortable, if it's not something that you believe you should be allowing into your spirit, then guess what? Don't read my book and don't follow my series. Now, for people who are real people that want to have a real conversation about some real issues regarding your life as a woman, as a man, as somebody that's got a young child that needs to have an open discussion about it, I'm just going to invite you into my world and ask you to follow along. And hopefully we can learn something from each other. I'm not an expert on the topic. I'm always open to learn something new. What I do want this to be is to be honest, to be open, to be real. Can we just be real? You can follow me at the hashtag Let's Walk It Out, because we're going to walk through this keeping your cookie fresh. Now, you know it's a fact, ladies. You can't just sit your pocketbook just anywhere. We learn from a very early age, don't sit your pocketbook on the floor. For one, you're going to go broke if you sit the pocketbook on the floor. And then other things like when you're in the bathroom, you shouldn't be sitting your pocketbook on the dirty, nasty toilet floor because it's all kind of germs in there. It's the same thing with your natural cookie. You can't just be sitting that pocketbook just anywhere. You can't. You'll pick up all kind of germs and other nasty stuff. So we have to learn some discretion in how it is that we keep our cookie fresh, and how it is that we begin to value the cookie so much that it causes other people to value it in the same way that we do, particularly the Cookie Monster. The Cookie Monster needs to be trained regarding the cookie, and it's only as precious to him as it is to you. So we want to have that dialogue. Nothing's off the table. We want to have discussions anywhere from why you do choose to wait, why you were not able to wait, your ongoing constant struggles with buffeting your body against your natural desires. A lot of women have experienced sexual assault, anything from rape to molestation. And again, those are topics that have always been off the table. Nobody wants to talk about it. But the fact of the matter is real. And void conversation within the church, there's a lot of people sitting in the church that are messed up simply because no one is having these kinds of conversations. I want to start a dialogue. You know, if the topic makes you uncomfortable enough that you want to inbox me, that you want to post a comment about it so that we can have a serious, real conversation about it, hey, go for it. Again, that's what Keep Your Cookie Fresh is designed to do. Now, I've done a couple workshops regarding the book. It's fundamental if you want to just have a book presentation at a bridal shower, you want to host a ladies' night out. There's different ways and venues whereby we can start the dialogue. If you're bold enough to invite me to your church to talk about it, I'm bold enough to show up and talk about it. But again, we should be talking about it. You know, a lot of people with children, I know you don't want to believe that your little baby is having sex. But a lot of times she is. She just ain't telling you. She ain't having a dialogue with you because she's as afraid to talk to you about it as you are to talk to her about it, you know. And if you're anything like my mother was, you just simply are telling her, she better not do it, she just need to wait. Sometimes she waiting, sometimes she wasn't. Again, the sensitive topic of some of us who had our innocence just snatched away from us as very young girls are still carrying, harboring the weight of some guilt and some shame, some unresolved issues regarding some things that happened to us that we just never got the space, the true openness to be able to dialogue about it and thereby get a healing from it. You know, when we talk about these things, it's not designed to necessarily expose anybody except Satan, who would have you to believe that it's some kind of weighty secret that nobody wants to know about. It's happening more often than not. And again, this book right here, this little book right here, Keep Your Cookie Fresh, is designed to begin to have that dialogue, to give you a space where you might be more comfortable having the conversation with your very young child, so that you create an atmosphere where your children feel comfortable having open, honest conversations with you about that three-letter word that nobody wants to talk about. So, excuse me, this is where it's going to begin. My hope and my goal is to weekly update the topics of discussion in such a way that we will go through the book chapter by chapter. Some topics may take longer for discussion than others. You can follow along on YouTube. You can follow along. The YouTube address is Deliverance Girls. You can follow me on YouTube under the search name of Evangelist Jacqueline Ewing. You can follow along again on my personal Facebook page at Evangelist Jacqueline Ewing. But we're going to have this conversation. It's not supposed to leave people feeling fuzzy and warm and comfortable. Anytime you want to just jump in and really begin to deal with real issues in a real way, somebody's going to be left feeling uncomfortable. If it's for you, it's for you. And if it's not, then hey, it's not for you. But again, I want to invite you along for the ride. So ladies, grab your pocketbook, hold it tight to you. You can bring your own cookies, and let's start to have this conversation. I'm excited and I'm looking forward to the ride.